I'm San, and you're listening to San's podcast. April is here, a new month has begun, and I wish all the best to everyone. We've already passed one quarter of 2022, folks. If you're still hesitating, worrying, or waiting for something right now, I believe you should act immediately. Time waits for no one. We can't wait for the perfect moment to do what you desire. Start living every moment right now, at this very instant. What do we talk about when we talk about happiness? Is happiness something everyone desires to have? Some people might say, I have a lot of money, I have fame, I'm loved by many people. They define it as satisfaction and a surging feeling of joy from achieving what they want in life. But is this lasting happiness? Today, San wants to share with you. Can we be happy when we have nothing? There's a beautiful saying, which is also what inspired me to turn on the recorder and capture this podcast for you. It's that we can't wait for life to become less difficult before deciding to live happily. Sometimes we think, I need to have a house like this, I need to have someone who loves me like this, I need to have a good job with a high income like this before I can be happy. So, what about now? If we don't have those things yet, are we not allowed to live happily? This is in your thoughts, in your choices, in your daily way of living. What you choose is how you will live. You live by what you believe to be true. And I think you should just choose. I don't want to force you to do anything, because I believe you understand yourself and this life enough to make your choices. And everyone's choices in this life, whether right or wrong, lead to necessary lessons in their personal growth. I've wanted to share this for a long time, ever since I started reading your comments on my videos. I've been doing YouTube for about 4 or 5 years now. From 2019, I started taking it more seriously, focusing on it, and making it my full-time job. But my very first videos were from 2017. Did I have anything back then? Perhaps to many, I had nothing. But for me, I had my health, I had time, and I had a job. That was enough for me to pursue and live the happy life I desired. When I posted videos about my daily life, sharing about where I lived, my daily habits, reading, practicing yoga, going to the gym, preparing my own meals, many people felt inspired and motivated. But somewhere, a few people felt a bit disheartened. They thought, I can't be like her. I don't have the things she has. She's happy, of course, because she has those things. But I don't, so I can't be happy. Many of you have commented on my videos, saying, you have time to wake up early to read, to exercise, because you work freelance. But I work for a state company. I have to wake up early to go to work, and after a long day, I'm exhausted. I just want to rest. I can't live like you. But they didn't realize that being able to work freelance and still increase income and develop your career is a much more difficult journey than just working 8 hours at a company. When I was still working for a company, I even woke up earlier than I do now. Back then, I had to start work by 8 a.m. and the company was very far. I had to travel 12 to 15 kilometers to get there, so I usually woke up around 5 or 5:30 a.m. After waking up at 5:30, I'd spend about 30 minutes exercising. Then I'd go home, cook, and prepare food. By 7 a.m., I was done with everything, had breakfast, and started my commute. The traffic on that several-kilometer journey could take 30 to 45 minutes, so I'd arrive a bit early to prepare for the day's work. If I had time, I always carried a book to read before work or during breaks. What about now? As my life becomes more comfortable, those routines continue. It's the same, just that I can wake up a bit later at 6 or 6:30 instead of 5:30 because I can start work later at 9 a.m. If we keep making excuses for ourselves, when will we ever be able to live happily and live the life we desire? I ask myself that. And when I record this podcast, I feel a lot of empathy for you all, because what you want is one thing, but what you choose to live is completely different. Even when I didn't have much money, when I was earning a monthly salary, I still chose to live the way I wanted, within my means. Not having money didn't mean I wouldn't wake up early, exercise, read, drink tea, or enjoy life. I still worked very hard, and I knew I needed good health and a good spirit to live happily. That's why, no matter what environment I was in, I always tried to change my mindset and cherish everything I had. You might be curious about how I felt back then. Was it different from now? When I was nobody, had nothing, just a working young person yearning to find a job, an environment, and a life I wanted. From that time until now, my emotions have definitely changed, of course. But my mindset about life, meaning, I still give my all and cherish everything I have, that is the key to my daily happiness, no matter what life throws at me. I'm just like you all. In fact, my life has also had many difficulties to overcome, both financially and emotionally. There were times when I was all alone, with no one by my side. I had to overcome the worst times with my own inner strength. No one pulled me up during those times. Only when I was able to stand up by myself did I find people waiting for me. And I realized that in this life, we cannot wait for someone to come and pull us out, or wait for life to become less difficult before deciding to live happily. Material things are always external. They can make our lives easier. For example, now I can easily buy a plane ticket home. I can go home once a month. But the old San, back in 2017 when I first moved to Saigon, I had to painstakingly save up for a whole year just to go home for Tet, Lunar New Year. Life is certainly more comfortable now, absolutely. But true happiness doesn't come from that. This podcast might be more intense than other episodes, because I genuinely want to share these things with my emotions, with a touch of anger, but imbued with deep love. It's like when I share with my younger siblings, my friends, my older siblings. I feel for what they're going through, but part of me is also angry because those are the choices they've made for their lives. I don't want you to continue holding on to the mindset that you need to have a lot of things to be happy. Everyone has one life, and I respect that. I respect your decisions and your individual ways of living. In truth, sometimes I wish I could intervene in someone's life, like my brother or my friends. I want to intervene to pull them out of the ruins they're facing. But honestly, no one can save you if you don't wake up yourself. In the past, some friends often came to me for advice. One of my weaknesses is that I'm very honest. My emotions are so honest that I could tell my friends directly, break up with that guy because he's too bad for you. If he hit you once, he can hit you again. So break up. But people don't always want to hear the harsh truth. Everyone just wants to hear flattery, support, and agreement. And of course, what I said happened. The two got married, and he repeatedly insulted and beat her. Who can save you then? No one can save you. Therefore, everything that happens in our lives is due to our decisions. Take responsibility for everything that has happened. Take responsibility for it. Before every decision, think carefully. And even if it's a small, difficult step, but it helps you break free, then follow it. Follow that path. Later, I gradually stopped imposing my views on others. Even though I knew those things would be good for them, I came to understand more deeply that people don't like to be dictated to or forced. They want to follow their own hearts, their own thoughts. So all I can do is listen and offer a little analysis. After that, the decision is still theirs because I can't live anyone else's life. But if I were allowed, I would still wish I could intervene. That's my true feeling. How long are we going to wait? How long are we going to wait for this life to be less difficult? How long are we going to wait to earn more money, thinking that only then can we hope to be happy? No, I don't think so. You can be happy right now if you change your perspective on life a little. We can totally love ourselves and love this life right now, even when we have nothing or haven't achieved the things we desire. There's a recent internet phenomenon you might know about, So Why Tight. He's a young man from Bin Din who tends cattle and casually sings English clips. He became famous, and people wanted to know more about him. You also know that he's an orphan. What he shares are countless short clips. But people are interested not just because of the novelty of him singing numbers to the tunes of famous songs, but because of his optimistic spirit, a cheerful and innocent demeanor, despite his current life not being one of wealth and luxury, as people might imagine. That's what happiness is. He's not only an orphan who had to wander to find food, but he also suffers from a chronic lung disease, making him very frail. Even though he's older, his body is like a child's, but a smile is always on his lips, constantly present. When I see him, I feel so proud of him and believe he's someone who will surely be happy, no matter what life brings. He once shared, "Recently, I received invitations to participate in many big shows in America and also domestically. But honestly, I'm a cow herder, not an artist. I just want to sing and do what I like for fun. Why go on TV? What would I do? What would I say? I'm very happy and grateful to be lucky that my impromptu song caught the attention of some big artists in the world. My life has also changed. After many years of dreaming, I finally fulfilled my wish to build a clean restroom for my family. This is the money I earned during 10 months of being famous. Thank you everyone for following and helping me throughout this time." Honestly, when I read about this young man, I felt incredibly inspired by his spirit. So sometimes, looking up and looking down at the same time is very necessary. In truth, you shouldn't read too many newspapers or too much information on social media. Instead, look at real people and real deeds, things that make your life better by changing your own mindset. Don't wait until you have everything to be happy, because who knows, that might never happen. If we have one, we'll want 10, 20, 100. Material possessions or numerical goals are never enough. So right now, with what you have at this present moment, you can absolutely decide to live happily for yourself. Is your current job difficult? Yes, but at least it provides you with a salary to continue supporting yourself and your family. Do you feel that no one in your current relationships is sincere with you? Be grateful for that, because at least you can clearly see who they are, and you can start opening your heart more to others. Family, which you thought was a place of refuge, has become a daily pressure. You go to work, you're exhausted by everything happening in your life, and it prevents you from getting closer to happiness. But we can choose to change our mindset. Tell yourself, I'll try my best to endure hardship now. I'll keep striving. I'm struggling now, but I won't give up. I'll still cherish every day when I wake up. As long as I'm alive, I still have the opportunity to start my life over, to renew everything. There's no such thing as a dead end, folks. God will always give us opportunities, as long as we can see the opportunity in each day. I say these things because I started everything from scratch. I didn't have it ready-made. I had to walk slowly and learn. Everything I have now isn't something someone handed to me where I just had to step in. It's been a long process, and I believe that if you choose to live happily, you will find happiness. Start right now. Don't use anyone else's definition of happiness that you must have 1 billion or 2 billion, own a house, or have someone who loves and spoils you completely for that to be happiness. Happiness is right now, valuing this life. Start living for yourself. Start building the first foundations for the life you desire. Those are the most important things. Don't wait for any milestone or perfect moment to be happy. Right now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, step outside, look up at the sky, and be grateful that you are still alive today. As long as you are alive, many things are waiting for you ahead. There will be people who love you. They will appear when you learn to love yourself and love life. I hope life won't be too difficult for you, but please don't hope that life will become less difficult. Let's hope to be stronger to face it, to accept the truth. Even now, I still think there's a long journey ahead for me to experience and continue. People used to say, as long as you live, there's suffering. Passing through the sea of suffering means passing away. So let's just accept it, understand it, be grateful for it. Don't run away or hate it. That's how we free our souls from the pain present in our daily lives. No one can truly hurt us. No one can bring us happiness. Whether we can feel it ourselves, that is the most important thing. You are the one who brings yourself happiness. Everything else is just a means. Someone comes, they love you, they care for you, but you'll dismiss it all as nonsense if you don't have feelings for them, right? I don't deny the importance of relationships, of our surroundings, of circumstances, of wealth. But is that what determines your happiness? I'm certain it's not. Your own thoughts about this life, your decisions, and your choices are what make you happy. So, what will you choose? Today, I've shared with you a thought I've wanted to express for a long time. Don't wait until life becomes less difficult to decide to live happily. That's the message I want to share with you today. If this podcast felt a little more assertive than usual, I hope you understand that it contains many of my true emotions, intended for you, whom I deeply love and care for. Once again, thank you all for listening to today's podcast, and I'll catch you in the next one.